is he's in a relationship, and it's a relationship that has been fractured. And anytime you are in a relationship, you know the needs and what's necessary to repair that relationship. Well, I believe Aaron Rodgers was trying to really fill out the Packers and understand and make his feelings felt and see what they were going to do. Are you going to give me the wants that I want versus the need that I understand that the organization desires and may need? What are you going to address my wants?
So the Packers, boy, they can confound us. You know, historically, they're pretty good drafters, but they kind of reached for a corner at the end of the first round. Forget it. Even if he doesn't work, it's not a. I mean, I think there was better quality wide receivers available. Did you take anything from them drafting a corner, a little bit of a reach at the end of the first round?
I did, Colin. And again, I understand about the need. Do they need corners? Yes. But there's a want that everyone on the planet who understands anything about the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers and the weapons that's needed, they know he needs another pass catcher. And so with Elijah Moore being available, with so many guys being available, you would think that in a relationship, again, I'm married, you're married, Colin, if we understand the needs, but if my wife has expressed what she desires, what she wants, I better walk into wherever she is and hand her some flowers and try to make sure that she at some point gets what she wants versus what I know or we believe is needed. And that's what the Green Bay Packers didn't do. They didn't get what Aaron wants. So it tells me that they're just throwing salt on a wound, throwing dirt on the grave. Look, we're moving on eventually. Face it. This is what we do. You know it. The writing's been on the wall with Bart Starr, with Brett Favre, now with you. This is how we operate.
Listen, Aaron, I said this earlier. If you humiliate each other in public, it's over. It's just a matter of time. And there's a story that they actually told Aaron in the offseason, hey, we're going to move you. They backed off. I hear Raiders. I hear Denver. I mean, if I had to say to you, I mean, Denver does have, in a division with Mahomes, by the way, Raiders and Denver in a division with Mahomes, so be careful what you ask for. But could you see a place where he fits, where you think he fits?
Well, there's a couple teams in the NFC. However, I just don't think if the Packers are to move Aaron Rodgers that he would go, they would move him anywhere in the NFC. So I just immediately eliminate like teams like the Saints, obviously with their quarterback situation. So when you look at the Raiders in Denver, I like the Denver Broncos situation. They got a lot of young weapons. They got some defense that you know is there. They got some pieces. And they've struggled with quarterback, and I believe the relationship that Aaron Rodgers has with John Elway, that could be something special. Elway, we know he's struck out unless he went out and grabbed Peyton Manning, and then that worked out. So maybe he can do it again and try to acquire a talent like Aaron Rodgers and then bring another Super Bowl to Mile High.
You know, Greg, a lot of wide receivers taken. I didn't love Kadarius Toney to Giants. I thought it was a little bit of a reach. I don't think they need receivers. I actually think between Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, Kenny Golladay, Evan Ingram, Kyle Rudolph, Saquon Barkley, they got a bunch of pass catchers. But whatever. If you could say to all these receivers in the first round, I know you're great, but here's the one thing you're going to have to adjust to be an NFL wide receiver. What would your advice be to all these first round wide receiver talents?
It would just simply be to adjust to the speed of the game. It's going to be different. The pace of the game, the safety rotations, all of those things, the disguising of defenses, it's going to be a little quicker. And the talent obviously is going to be better. But bring your A games. We all know these guys have A games. I love where some of these guys have ended up. Specifically, in my opinion, I really love where Rashad Bateman ended up. I had a chance to sit down with him. He's a really good guy who understands the game and wants to improve and has something to prove. And I think he's going to not only make Lamar Jackson better, I think Lamar Jackson's going to make him better. I like where he ended up yesterday.
So, you know the Bears pretty well, okay? So you were in that division. They trade up to get Justin Fields. And listen, it's a big, loud town. It's like New York and Philadelphia. They love their sports. You've played there. You know it can be windy and cold. But Justin Fields played. You know, he played in Ohio State. Just kind of your sense on them moving up, getting a young guy behind Andy Dalton. How'd you think the Bears did?
I like what they did. They did what was necessary, not only for Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy as the heads, but for that organization, for the guys in that locker room, letting them know, look, we are going to get this right at the quarterback position. Even if we get it wrong, we're going to continue to throw logs on the fire and try to strike. And that's what they did. Justin Fields, he's comfortable in these climates. He understands the hostile rivalries like the Green Bay Packers. He was at Ohio State against the Notre Dames and the Michigans and the Michigan States and all of that. He's comfortable in these situations, and I think he'll thrive with the Chicago Bears.
I love watching the draft. As a former player, it probably takes you back to draft night for you. And the whole thing. Did you notice the Packers, all the war rooms last night, all the draft rooms, everybody was high-fiving and jumping up and down and going crazy. And they took a picture of the Packers, and it was a little low energy. And I did think to myself, Greg, I honestly thought this. They're worn out from Aaron. There was no high fives. There was no congrats. I kind of feel like Green Bay's kind of exhausted. And I felt like yesterday they were like, oh, God, let's just get through the weekend. Am I reaching there? Or did you sense it a little?
I don't know if that's the case. I think they're so intently focused on doing what they feel is best for the organization, even though you, myself, and so many other minds and talking heads believe that what is best for the organization, it is ensuring that Aaron Rodgers is happy. That ensures your opportunity to continue to get to NFC championship game after NFC championship game and have a chance to put your team in contention to win another Lombardi trophy. But hey, what do I know? I'm not a general manager. I'm not a head coach. I'm just a player who played with the guy that they need to make happy.
Greg Jennings, Fox Sports NFL analyst. Have a great weekend, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. By the way, what also makes it weird is they went and drafted a corner who appears to be a reach. By the way, this is another thing. Tampa Bay's Jason Light has been a great draft weekend GM. They went and got Joe Tryon. You could make an argument the Packers missed on J.J. Watt. They need an edge rusher. Now, they need a corner. I'm not disputing that, but it was kind of a reach. Listen, sometimes you have to do stuff to appease people. Not everybody is joy and low maintenance. A lot of people are needy. And sometimes